I've known Mike for many, many years. It's on the decades now, and I finally own my own Del Quadro trumpet. And this is kind of a cool trumpet, limited edition, that he's making just for ACB. So stay tuned to this video. I'll tell you a little bit more, play more of this incredible trumpet. Stay tuned. Everybody, how you doing? It's Trent Austin from Austin Custom Brass. Hope you're having a fantastic day out there. It's Saturday here, so you might see this video on Saturday. You might see it sometime next week. We're going to batch videos for a while, do a bunch on one day, and then share them all with you in the future. I picked this horn up at ITG, and originally I didn't think I was going to pick up a horn, but I had to change my mind when Mike offered to sell this trumpet to me. This is handmade by Mike Del Quadro. He lives in Las Vegas and makes incredible trumpets. If you're familiar with Jazz in Lincoln Center, Kenny Rampton plays his horn. If you're familiar with Michael Bublé, Anthony Hervey plays his horn. There's a lot of great trumpet players in the world playing Mike's horns, and he hasn't made a lot of instruments. In fact, this one, which is mine, and no, it's not for sale, is DQ 101. This was an older block that he ended up customizing per my request. We had a horn in here in the shop maybe a year ago that he made for Marquis Hill, and I absolutely adored that horn. It's so incredible. So let's talk a little bit about Mike's horns in general. It's a medium large bore. It's a step bore throughout. This horn is a braceless tuning slide with the motto key. It has the Getzen block. It's the two-piece Getzen block. You could see right there. It has beautiful inlaid buttons. I don't know if I can get that. The light isn't super good in this room, so you might not be able to see it. It has these beautiful point-to-point braces. Now, originally when Mike started making trumpets, I think he was using con braces, but now he makes his own braces for these horns. A nice heavyweight receiver, but not too heavy. You don't want to put a lot of mass on this part of the horn for certain builds, especially when you're dealing with a horn like this. Too much mass, I think, would close off the resonance of this horn. This has beautiful resonance. It has a two-piece bell. Now, most people say two-piece bells are student intermediate bells, but this bell is definitely a world-class bell made by Andy Taylor, and it's got a brass stem and a bronze flare. Can you see that in the difference in the colors? I am color deficient, so I have a hard time sometimes seeing this. This has got a 5.5-inch diameter, and it's his G lead pipe, which is on his Grande Campana. Wide open, beautiful, great resonance, incredible centering. I told Mike that it feels like I'm not playing. Check this out. MV3C. Just so even. On an MV3C, and I'm really just feathering those notes. If I wanted to really hit them, I could really step on the gas and hit them. Mike's horns are so lovely in terms of the feeling when you go into an instrument, when you play it. I can't really describe it other than it feels like a big hug. I know that doesn't make much sense, but what I mean as a player is sometimes you feel a horn's too open, or sometimes you feel a horn is too resistant. Now, normally, I like a horn that has a lot of resistance up right at the front of the instrument. This doesn't. This is very beautifully open. The sound is really luscious, it's creamy, it's rich. It has good defined centers. Really nice though, it's not just dark. It brightens up way more than I think it should. This is again on the MV3C, and I'm just gonna play a little louder excerpt. So it doesn't have the monochromatic, I still need more coffee, sound that a lot of big bell trumpets has. It really is just amazing. Let me play some jazz on this. I really think it's one of these things that it's a blank canvas and you can paint it any way you want. And I think that's a really amazing aspect of Mike's trumpets. And all of his trumpets are slightly different. He has many different models. I had mentioned this is a limited edition. He only has 2 more of these bells, so he's only going to make 3 horns and he's offering them to ACB. Now, one of them is not for sale, but you'll be able to play it in the shop. The other 2, you could pre-order, and we'll have a link in the description for where you can pre-order those. And we can talk about that over the phone anytime as well. 816-410-0826. Let me put something a little bit more sparkly and peppy in it. This is a prototype lead mouthpiece that I made. Let me give you a little bit. Let's see. It's about a 3C rem, but with a pretty shallow cup. Let's turn this down and let's crush this for a second. Again, you wouldn't think a horn with a 5.5-inch bell would do that. This horn does that. So that's a little tour of the new Del Quadro Custom, which he's making for ACB, and we'll have pre-ordering details up shortly. Thanks again for watching these videos. Hit that subscribe button, stay up to date with us. Thank you so much for all you do for ACB, and thank you, Mike, for making an amazing trumpet. Cheers.